Welcome back to another revision tutorial with Miss Sweet. Today we are exploring the entire poem with a walkthrough stanza by stanza, identifying the key devices and themes within the poem. Storm on the Island by Seamus Heaney is a powerful poem that explores humanity's relationship with nature, particularly its destructive and uncontrollable forces. The poem is written from the perspective of islanders who are accustomed to violent storms and have built strong houses to withstand them. However, despite their preparations, they are still vulnerable to the immense power of nature. The poem uses vivid imagery and dramatic language to depict the storm's ferocity, describing the wind as an invisible yet overwhelming force. Heaney contrasts the solid, secure land with the chaotic and threatening weather, emphasizing the tension between human resilience and nature's unpredictability. The poem also conveys a sense of isolation, as the islanders face the storm alone, reinforcing themes of survival and endurance. Here is the key vocab within the poem. Wizened is an adjective meaning shriveled or wrinkled with age. Chorus is a noun which means a part of a song which is repeated after each verse. Pummels is a verb which means to strike repeatedly with the fists. Savage is an adjective meaning fierce, violent, and uncontrolled. Strafe is a verb which means to attack repeatedly with bombs or machine gun fire from low-flying aircraft. A stook means a pile or stack of grain. The enjambment between these lines creates a continuous, flowing rhythm, mirroring the solid and practical construction of the houses. Squat implies that the houses are low and sturdy, built for protection rather than beauty. The verbs build, sink, roof suggest deliberate action. The personification of the earth as wizened, meaning shriveled or aged, presents the land as barren and old. Has never troubled us gives a false sense of security, as if the land has been harmless so far, foreshadowing the storm's power later in the poem. The colon acts as a caesura, creating a pause that emphasizes certainty and readiness. The phrase gives an impression of confidence and control, but the abrupt stop also suggests an expectation of something threatening. The use of the first-person plural, we, creates a sense of community and shared resilience. When it blows full blast, the personification of the storm transforms it into an active, aggressive force, reinforcing the power of nature. The plosive alliteration of blows full blast mimics the violent force of the wind, making the reader feel its intensity. Heaney directly engages the reader, making the experience feel immediate and personal. This conversational tone contrasts with the storm's violence, drawing the reader into the islander's mindset. The metaphor of a tragic chorus compares the sound of the wind through trees to the chorus in Greek tragedy, which traditionally comments on the doom and suffering of characters. This suggests that nature itself is wailing in distress, reinforcing the storm's menacing, theatrical power. Irony is present here. Instead of focusing on the actual danger, the islanders become absorbed in the eerie sound of the wind. This illustrates how fear can distort perception, drawing attention away from immediate threats. The repeated no highlights absence. Not only is there no physical protection, but there is also no comfort or refuge from the storm. The phrase you might think introduces an assumption that is quickly undermined. Exploding comfortably is an oxymoron that creates a sense of contradiction and unpredictability. The verb exploding suggests violence, while comfortably implies something familiar. This contradiction mirrors the false sense of security that nature sometimes offers before revealing its true power. But no, the abrupt, forceful rejection shifts the tone from false security to immediate threat. When it begins, suggests an inevitable eruption of violence, reinforcing nature's uncontrollable power. Enjambment propels the storm's movement, mirroring its relentless and unstoppable force. The simile comparing the sea spray to a tame cat is initially misleading. A tame cat suggests something domestic and harmless, but the act of spitting hints at aggression. The phrase "turned savage" personifies the storm, making it seem like a living entity that has become wild and uncontrollable. The abrupt sentence structure also reinforces a sense of finality. The storm has reached its most dangerous point. Wind dives and strafes invisibly. Dives and strafes are military verbs, evoking imagery of aerial attacks and warfare. Strafes refers to machine gun fire from planes, making the storm seem like an enemy assaulting the island. Salvo refers to a coordinated attack or gunfire, reinforcing the idea of the storm as an unrelenting assault. Bombarded strengthens this violent imagery, making the storm feel like a military siege. Empty air is paradoxical. The attack comes from nothingness, highlighting intangible nature of the storm's threat. The final line is both a paradox and a profound realization. Huge nothing emphasizes that the storm is not a physical enemy, yet it inspires intense fear. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have found this video useful.